Pete Murray, how you doing, mate?
G'day, buddy. How are you, Mike? All good down here in beautiful Australia.
I know you live in one of the best parts. I mean, Port Macquarie, the home of Ironman Australia. You know, every time I come there, I know it's Pete Murray's town. I just love that.
I think you've been very generous there, but yeah, we are. I am blessed to live in Port Macquarie, as you said, home of Ironman Australia. This year we're celebrating 35 years in history of Ironman Australia. So, fingers crossed we do get to race later on in the year.
Yeah, before we talk about the Oceania showdown we're going to have this weekend on VR6, it's going to be going on as we do this. Let's talk a little bit about that history because with New Zealand and Australia having such a deep history and with what we're going through right now, do you believe that having that type of history, having the athletes that have been around a long time and really know what the sport is about is helping them cope through this tough time?
That's a very good point, Mike. I agree totally. I think, yeah, you know, it's like the Ironman. They love the race. They love the historical races, like Ironman New Zealand, the oldest race in the world. Their numbers in March, you were there, were huge. You know, Ironman Australia in Port Macquarie, the numbers are always really, really big for that reason because it's an historical race. As you know, when it was in Foster, it was one of the great biggest races, and that tradition, has continued when it's come to Port Macquarie since 2006. And one of the big races of the Ironman world.
Yeah, exactly. Now, when I come to Port Macquarie, I come to Australia, the thing that I feel the most, the thing that seems to permeate your soul is the strength of the community as a family. Why do you believe that everybody is just so gelled together when it comes to Ironman and triathlon down under?
I think the Ironman offers Port Macquarie and the community, of course, we go down to Lorraine and the whole Hastings area here in Port Macquarie. I think Ironman offers people that aren't associated with Ironman to witness amazing feats, to see the best athletes, the professional athletes in the world, the fittest people on the planet race, around 8 hours or so. You see your top age groupers, those people that will keep fit in it all day. But as you know, Mike, you see those first timers, the people that you look at and you say, how are these people doing it? It inspires people to get active, to get healthy. And I know here in Port Macquarie, the Ironman has really done a lot for the health of our community, for the involvement of in the sport. And it's absolutely fantastic. And as you know, when you come to Port Macquarie in any race you go, in particular in Ironman, once you've got the community involved, you've got an amazing family. You've got your volunteers, and we have over 2,000 volunteers here in Port Macquarie. We have the local businesses getting benefit from the Ironman. It's an amazing feeling, and that's all because of Ironman.
Well, Pete, let's go back and forth a little bit with we're in the same arena. We love bringing people across the finish lines. You've been working the Australian races, the Oceania races for a long time. You're a former Ironman athlete, a finisher, and yet we've got this void like the athletes do. You've got races that have been postponed till later in the year, just like we do here in the U.S. How are you? People ask me all the time about coping. How are you coping with it, Pete?
To be honest, I'm like you. I love racing. I traveled 30 weekends a year. Obviously, I'm in a holding pattern like you at the moment. It is very, very hard. I look at the social media and I see the feeling from athletes. They too, they're ready to race. They want to race. But at the moment, like here in Australia, US, around the world, Europe of Ironman, no one knows when we're really going to actually race. We've got our races postponed and planned for September here in Oceania, and fingers crossed, all going according to plan. We're going to get a start line and hopefully open up the finish line. But how I'm coping, I'm actually getting out and doing more fitness than I ever have. I'm being a big part of the Ironman VRs. I've really enjoyed that. I never thought I would enjoy it as much as what I am. I'm getting active with that. Other people are getting involved in that as well. I'm just coping by getting the energy from other people and also looking after myself health-wise.
Well, let's talk about the racing. Now VR6 is going on right now, and it's the Oceania Showdown. I may call it the Smackdown. It's the Trans-Tasman. Here we go. We've got the Aussies, I know, and the Kiwis going back and forth. What a great field assembled with our men and women pros. what do you think about VR6 being all Oceania, baby?
I love it. I mean, I'm obviously biased. Oceania has got so much to offer Ironman. We love it. But it's what Ironman are doing an amazing job. As I said, I never really thought I'd get so active, involved in the Ironman VR series. But I mean, to see so far in Ironman VR 1 through to 5, the pro male, the pro female racing has been amazing. The coverage by Ironman has been amazing. And the age group numbers, Mike, have been absolutely outstanding. So it's a real big thrill. But yeah, this weekend, the Oceania boys are going head to head. You've got the Kiwis, you've got the Aussies. We are friends. We did go to war together. We've got the Anzac spirit. But when the gun goes, the Aussie, the Kiwis, bang, 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 we get it on. We love it.
I know, that's for real. It is. I mean, you've got the Craig Alexanders and the 3-time winner in Kona, and you got the Cameron Browns, you got the Teresa Adams, and each country's got their great athletes. But when I see one win, a Kiwi win in Australia, or an Aussie win in New Zealand, it's just amazing.
Man, we both use the term Ironman family every time we commentate, and that's exactly what it is. A family is when brothers, sisters from all over the world get along together. They race together, got the same dreams. It's just what it's all about. And yes, it is. It's what makes Ironman probably one of the most special events in the world, to have the best athletes, age group athletes on the same course at the same time, trying to do the same job, maybe not as fast as some, but that's what it's all about. And that is the Ironman family, Mike. And we're seeing this today on Ironman VR6. Athletes, age groups from all over the world have been part of this amazing VR6 event.
What do you think can you give advice-wise to your athletes in your country? You know, they're not our athletes, but they're our family. And to keep them going, to keep them pushing forward to that finish line that we don't know where it's at yet.
Yeah, it's a very good point, Mike. It's hard to motivate people when you don't have a goal. You can't see where the goal is going to be. But to all of our athletes here in Aussie and, of course, Kiwi and Oceania, we're just telling you to, first of all, follow the advice of the authorities, do what you can, stay safe. But, I mean, you've got to get out there and do a little bit of training. It's good for your physical ability. It's also great for your mental capacity as well. Just get out there. The finish lines are going to open up in 2020. We're hoping that's going to eventuate. But just get out there, do your training, follow advice if you've got a coach, do what you've got to do. And when you know that start line's open, just get ready to get back to doing what you love the best. And what you and I love doing as well is seeing those athletes do their swim, bike, run Ironman style.
Pete, what's your plans this weekend for VR6? What are you going to do personally?
I'm going to get up bright and early Saturday morning Australia time. I'm going to get in and be part of VR6. I really am looking forward to that run. I'm going to started the Ironman transition here at Ironman. I was going to do the 3K run, get out onto that bike course for part of the 40K cycle, and then finish off with one lap of the Ironman course. Really am looking forward to it. Done it a couple of times before. Then on Sunday morning, we're going to jump on the Ruby and do a 40K ride and a 10K run off the bike as well. So I'm going to try to do 2 VR6s this weekend, but it won't be fast, and I'm certainly going to say it might not be pretty, especially on Sunday.
Well, dude, you're going to be in shape for those 17-hour days when they come back our way. That's for sure. Good for you, Pete. Have a great, great race this weekend.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm pretty sure Paul Kay is going to be jumping out there as well, I believe, over in South Africa. He's doing his over two days, I think. But it's good to see other commentators like yourself and I getting out there and being part of this amazing weekend of Ironman VR6.
Well, Pete Murray, you'll be ready for those 17-hour days when they come back our way. And your voice is synonymous with the success of Ironman Australia, Oceania. People love hearing it when they come across the finish line. I love being able to be next to you because we have an absolute blast. Not saying we miss any finishers because we're messing around. We get them all, but we have an absolute blast. So, Pete Murray, you take care of yourself, and I'm not going to say I hope the Aussies come out on top this weekend or the Kiwis. I have to be Switzerland like you do. Well, you don't have to this weekend. I'll give you a break on that this weekend. For you, go Aussies.
Yeah, I mean, I go everyone. I reckon it's just absolutely fantastic. Ironman VR, keep them coming. People are loving the challenge. And yeah, the Aussie Kiwis are doing battle. And I'm sure next week in Ironman VR 7, another two countries will be going head to head. But that's what it's all about. It's all Ironman. And Mike Reilly, the voice of Ironman, thank you so much for letting me be part of this. It's absolutely amazing. Keep going, everyone, and we'll see you somewhere soon.
All right, Pete. Aloha, buddy.
Aloha.